Joining me right now is Pinal County, Arizona Sheriff Mark Lamb. Sheriff, do you agree?
I do, Maria. I do. I think this is long overdue. And you can just ask all the parents, those who have lost loved ones to this dangerous drug of fentanyl, or the
Sheriff,
victims of the crimes of these people coming here illegally.
Explain to us what the designation of terrorists mean for the cartels. What does that mean when you designate them terrorists?
I think once they're designated terrorists, it expands our ability to address that threat on a local and state level as well, instead of just the federal level, which clearly is not doing their job yet.
You know, this group, these drug cartels are taking home $200 million a week. That's just on human smuggling. And I understand it's even more than that. Somebody said the other day, no, it's even more than that, $300 million a week or something. I mean, the numbers are incredible. They are getting rich on human smuggling, and they are the ones that are deciding who comes into America and who doesn't come into America. Why doesn't this administration do anything about it?
Well, because they want this. They want to undermine the rule of law. They want to overwhelm local jurisdictions with crime and fentanyl and everything else, because they told us in 2020 they wanted to reinvent America. Just yesterday alone, Maria, I'm not even on the border. I'm about 50 miles off the border. I also have the I-10 interstate that runs through my county. I had 5 human loads that we stopped just yesterday alone, 27 bodies in those 5 loads. And this is what I deal with all the time. My pursuits are up 250% in the last 2 years.
Yeah, Sheriff Bob Nardelli here. I'd like to ask you a question. First of all, congratulations on a very, very successful career. My understanding is you have a fairly large detention center there. We're talking about terrorists, and you hold about 600. You could hold them for 48 hours to see whether ICE comes in and designates any of them as terrorists. What's been your experience with ICE actually identifying these individuals in detention as terrorists and then sending them back home?
Yeah, that's a great question, but they're not. You know, under President Trump, we saw a lot more of those people being deported after they've committed crimes in the United States. Now they're just not. We have a great working relationship with the local ICE agents, but they're just not. They don't have the staffing to do it. In Arizona, there's 386 ICE agents. And they're talking about putting 87,000 more IRS agents. Yeah. That shows you how out of whack the priorities are of this administration.
Well, that's right. And we've been noting these numbers. Biden wants a total of 166,000 IRS agents. And right now there are about 15 to 20,000 border agents. It's absolutely incredible to me. I said 20,000. Then one of the border agents said, no, there's been so many resignations, it's closer to 15,000 versus 166,000 IRS agents. Let me ask you this, Sheriff. We've got these heartbreaking pictures out of Texas showing 2 brothers, ages 2 and 6, who were abandoned at the border. They had notes on their T-shirts with their names and their contact information for a relative in the United States. Sheriff, nearly 141,000 unaccompanied migrant children have been encountered at the border so far this year. I mean, the first time you actually saw the Democrats angry about this border crisis is when 50 migrants showed up in Martha's Vineyard. No comments whatsoever about all of these people who are dying in this dangerous trek to America through the Rio Grande.
Yeah, no comment about the 53 people that died in San Antonio, yet that sheriff wants to talk about Ron DeSantis. No comment about the 109,000 people that have died from fentanyl poisonings in the last year. No comment from the thousands and thousands of children that have been separated from their families by the cartels on the other side, only to be dumped in America. No comment from the 8 of 10 women that are raped that are crossing the border. No comment from the men and women and children that are being put in slavery here in America. They don't care.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I had heard from border agents are that the gotaways are finding a home in Arizona. What are you seeing there in Arizona? I know earlier this month, the Arizona Sheriff Association issued a vote of no confidence in U.S. Customs and Border Protection Commissioner Chris Magnus. But I want to get your take from Arizona in terms of what's going on here and how Arizona is being impacted. Do you see a lot of gotaways, and how do you know?
Yeah, Arizona is the place for gotaways. In the Tucson sector, we lead the nation in gotaways. And you got to figure there's a bunch more that we didn't even see that we don't even count as gotaways. Those folks are coming in every day. They don't stay in Arizona. I disagree with that statement. I think that the majority of them go throughout America. But we do lead the nation in gotaways. And I shudder to think about how many people got in that we don't even know about. I would guess it's probably at least double that.
Yeah, well, we're talking about almost 1 million that they know of that have been seen on surveillance video. Sheriff, thanks very much. Thanks for your leadership and for joining us this morning. Mark Lamb.
Thank you, Maria. God bless.
On to you.